Hey guys, how are you all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin evening update. First one from the new setup. So we'll go straight over to those charts. So yeah, as you can see, we had the pennant drawn on this morning. We were looking for a break out of it, upside or downside, and then obviously to jump on that move. And that move was to the upside, so we've got a nice squeeze up here. If you want to look at it on a shorter time frame, we'll try and look at it on 15-minute. You can see it pumped out pretty quick, had a little dip below. And then yeah, had a big pump up to a 15-minute 9. I didn't even know that until I just clicked on it. But yeah, there we go. So what we had was a breakout in volatility. Got us up to the resistance, tested literally 9,200 to the dot. And then has now dipped below that sort of resistance zone. So this is still not the most bearish thing, as long as we can stay up here and potentially break through this zone. But you guys pretty much aware of my thoughts here. We are either gonna, from this morning's video, I was saying we're either gonna drop down and drop out. We'll either get rejected at 9,200 and drop down, or we'll get up to 9,400, 9,500, and then I would have to say that on the balance of probabilities we'll get rejected there as well. But I was kind of expecting this little breakout, this mini breakout, to go to the upside, just because of how all the oscillators were looking pretty bearish, and I just know how. And then we all know Bitcoin. We know how she likes to move. So she tricked us into thinking, "Oh, right, this is so bearish." Would have been people jumping on shorts, and then they squeezed them up. So now, do we have any more? Do we have any more potential to get us over this 9,200? If I had to guess, if I had to attach probabilities, I would say we probably can't. I would say we probably won't. But I wait here to be proven wrong. So yeah, that's fine. I'm quite happy to be proven wrong if I am. But yeah, I don't really expect it. So realistically, we've just gotta be waiting now to see how we interact with this level. And then yeah, if we start to look weak, then potentially look for some shorts. And if we do break above 9,200 and start holding up here above 9,200, then I do think we will get a move up to the top of the channel, stroke this next level of resistance. But that is a major one. That is a big one. So it's hard to say what I would expect if we got up there, because I wouldn't expect it to be a perfect little sell-off from there. I would think we would have a hunt above here, that would jump some FOMO longs in, and then either we will break to the upside. I mean, that is a legitimate scenario, but I feel like we would break up to trap in a load of longs, a lot of the liquidity that will jump on the back of a breakout of this resistance and this trend line and this channel, and then they would get slammed down in just true Bitcoin fashion, in much the same way we've seen, well, even here for example, but in much the same way that we have seen in many times in Bitcoin's history. In many times on all time frames and all size moves. It is a pretty textbook scenario. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting. I was half expecting, well, more than half expecting this to break out to the upside today, because everything was just looking so bearish. It just made sense to squeeze these shorts. But it's a case of how high can they push this? Can they keep this going up? But yeah, and that's it really. So not too much else to say here. Have a look over on Weekend Wall Street. Weekend Wall Street is holding up pretty nicely. I'll just say this is basically flat. This is a negligible movement. So yeah, pretty much Bitcoin's price action was pretty quiet, and then we just had this break up. So we've got to see how we react to this zone. And yeah, and then make decisions from there. We'll have a look at those Stokes whilst we're here. For our Stokes to turn back up now, which is good. And then also the MACD, RSI looking okay as well, not the MACD. 8-hour Stokes look to be turning up as well, which is nice. 12 hours will obviously still be down at the moment, but only just. But we got rejected from that trend line, so these are obviously the higher time frames we've got, the more important they are. And 12-hour Stokes is the winner, is the one Stokes to rule them all. So yeah, I mean, it's still pointing down. I do feel like we are very bearish, but we were going to break out this little formation to test this resistance one more time before coming lower. That's my gut feeling. And I think these larger time frame stokes, especially the 12-hour now and the daily, which well, to be honest, the daily's pretty beat up. The daily's pretty beat up, but the obviously the 5-day and the weekly are turned over. So that's what I would think. The basically the weekly and the 12-hour. I prefer the 12-hour over the daily anyway. I do feel like that will weigh down on price action, and this will, in hindsight, look like a great selling opportunity, which in my mind I basically think it is. But I can't just sell right now on this pump. I've got to wait till see how we just see what happens, see how the trend develops. There's no need to rush to get into these trades. Let's have a look at the DMT. Range and stop is here, by the way. So you can see the top of the range is just above 9,200, so we got close to it, but that has now gone to a sell. But yeah, let me find you. This is is this the one? No, this is not the right one. Just 1 second. Let me go onto my indicators. Here we go. Here we go. That's the one. This one. Here we go. Right. Let me just get rid of this strategy tester. Oh, that's a bit bright. Shouldn't be that bright. Wait a minute. Have we got something else going on here? We got it on twice. That's why. That'll be why it's extra bright. And let me get rid of this one too. Yeah. So we got the DMT. DMT broke down short. We sort of changed it now. I suggested to the developer that this would look quite cool, just to make it clear that we're in a bullish strategy and then in a bearish run. So you can see we had the nice buy here. Add to your long there and take your profit there. You short there, take your profit there. And then we are currently in a long trade from basically, well, that was where the level that we broke out from, if you wanted to take it from there or wait from the close of the candle, which was here. But yeah, so DMT currently bullish. The Dominator now bullish as well. So yeah, looking like we could get our way through the 9,200 just purely based on these. But obviously these to just look back at the previous price action. They don't look really far back at historical levels, and they don't look at 12-hour stochastics either. They look at more shorter term price action. So, but that momentum, that shorter term momentum, is still to the upside. So you don't really want to be betting against DMT and Dominator when they're both bullish. That is showing you that you've got momentum and trend at the moment, short-term trend to the upside, as obviously we can see from the shorter-term price action. So yeah, that's it really. Not much else to say other than, and I hope some of you guys caught that nice break up there. And yeah, so remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys soon.